I must say that the pleasure and honor is mutual. It's always an act of sharing when one is doing the healing. So it's not only a miracle for the others, it's a miracle that always is passing through me. So I'm always grateful to all those who come before me, understanding that they're not there accidentally, but there's a purpose behind it all. It's a mystery to me, but I understand that there is a purpose to everything, as there's an order to everything. Now let me give you an introduction as to why I give these talks. As you've just heard from Lucy, I do heal. I mean, I try my best. I never use that word. I don't call myself a healer, but I guess in the conventional sense, that's what they call me. But it hasn't always been easy for me. It's all actually been very difficult for me. I used to call myself the reluctant healer because it went against everything I believed and everything I thought. So I, being a very rational, very skeptical, maybe in some ways an unbelieving soul, couldn't accept that this was coming to me. And it was the hardest thing in the world for me to believe what I was doing, because my mind was in the way. My mind in thinking that it was me that was doing this, or I failed them, or I healed them. This was a failing of mine. And this is something that I'm working on day in and day out. It doesn't end. It never ends. But I try more and more each day to surrender more and more. And as I do, the gift gets greater. So those people who come in contact with me over the time, it's better and better now because I have surrendered more and more. And so I admonish every person that I come in contact with, do as I do. I never ask anybody to do what I don't do. I always am the first guinea pig. And I'll show you here as we go through this. And this I'm trying to build the Trinity, as I believe is the new paradigm in the West, in the world. The old paradigm of duality, artificiality, conquering nature, linear material physics, it's over. It's only relatively correct. But we don't know the other side. And that's why I'm going to talk about the balance. I'm trying to juxtapose. I will show you both sides. Tomorrow, on Sunday, I will talk about oneness. I will compare them side by side. And so we can see this. And why did I do this? Why did I not just stay to the healing? The reason I give the talks is because I feel a sense of urgency. I know what comes through me helps, but the people are not helping themselves. They're not doing the same work or putting in the same effort that maybe I am or others are. And I'm going to explain today why they're not doing that and why that has to change. But they haven't been educated into another way. It's not their fault. We have been conditioned to believe this is the only way. There is no other way. So I am going to show another way. And I'm going to use my rational mind to help you understand that. So in this way, it's going to be very rational, very intellectual, and in many ways, really surprising to you. It's going to be fun for you. But why did this ever come to me? Because I'm sitting in front of patients, and I'm sitting in front of the worst case patients, because I'm the last horse anybody plays. I'm not the first horse. They've been through everybody before they get to me. I'm the last one. So after me, it's the pearly gates. And I'm sitting there, I'm standing in front of them, and I'm asking, how is medicine failing them? Why? If their disease is only materialistic, pathogenic disease, then naturally the chemicals or the surgery or the supplements or whatever should do the job. If my car is failed, and if I take it to a mechanic, they have the parts, they have the oil, they put it together. If not, they just destroy it. But when it's wrecked, they fix it. Why aren't they doing the same thing with the humans? Why are more and more and more people getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and not only sicker, more and more chronic, incurable diseases? The truth of the matter now is Western medicine is only treating a symptom, they aren't curing anything. Why not? This is the reason for the talks. First question I asked was this. The second question I asked is, how am I helping them? I just do this. I mean, I'm not going in and surgically repairing anything. I'm not giving medicines to anybody. I don't even give supplements or nutrients. I give nothing but what comes through my body. How are they getting better? Now, how are they not making them better? How am I making them better? And this set me off on a 25-year search. And this is the result of that search. There are 3 parts to this. The new paradigm, as I see it, is first of all a word I never heard as an American growing up: balance. Never heard it. You win in America. You don't balance anything. You defeat the opposition. You don't balance. You conquer them. You kill them. You do not balance. If I was ever idle, my parents might say, or my father or somebody would say, you can do anything you want to do, but never be idle. Be productive. There's no concept of balance. There's no concept of up and down, activity and rest. There's no concept of this. It's just do, 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 do. And I got to America and I was very surprised. I went to the United States and my sister takes me into that world. It's like me going into, Mars. I mean, I don't know that world. It's quite new to me to see that. I've been away so long. I don't know. You probably know America better than I know. So she takes me to church. It's Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, and all this huge thousands, big auditorium and microphones and doing baptisms and music and all this hoopla. And I look around the audience and I notice something. I don't see a man that has hair who's over 40 years old. What's happening? Why are people losing the hair at 40? Why are men getting gray hair at 30? I have the answer. They won't have it here. Why are women getting so buxom? Why? I mean, I remember when I was a boy, 36C was gigantic. Now, what's happening? Something is happening. At many, many different levels, something is happening that's very, very wrong. And I want to help you, help others. My patients, I always want to say, they say, but we need to hear what's right. Okay, so I started to talk. Again, now I'm a reluctant speaker. Before I was a reluctant healer, now I'm a reluctant speaker. But if it can help, anything can help, I'm happy. Really. I don't have an ego that says, oh, only my way is right. Nonsense. It's not even my way. I don't even know the way. But, so here we have, the first one is the way of balance. The second one is the way of oneness. That's a very spiritual one. And the third one is the way of order. That, for me, is the holy trinity of the new paradigm. Balance, order, and oneness. And that's completely different than anything we've ever learned. I don't want to be presumptuous, anything I ever learned. I don't know what others have learned. So let us begin with this, and I hope this will help a little bit. And I'm not talking about Chinese philosophy. I'm not talking about Indian philosophy. I'm just taking some salient things that I believe have helped us to understand a whole different perspective of reality.
I met Nicholas for the first time yesterday. I heard about him on Friday, that there was an amazing healer coming to Stroud, and I had the opportunity to go and see him. I've never had a numerology reading before, but I found the absolute clarity of not just Nicholas working the numbers, but his intuitive abilities were just spot on and amazing, actually. very straight but very compassionate, and given me information that I really, really needed to hear to gain some strengths and awarenesses in myself, which is just brilliant. The healing that I had was very, very profound, very deep. I was deeply moved, not only by the processes that I went through, but the way that he was able to facilitate that very, very quickly in a very gentle and innovative way. Sort of moving on from some body work where I had deep releasing, I was able to then receive shamanic healing. I don't know if that's what Nicholas calls it, but I'm guessing that that's what you would call it, and it was an amazing experience. I found I had real deep clearing from stuff I've been holding on for 48 years, very deep trauma. It was fantastic to release it, a real gift. I was able to, fortunately, go back and see Nicholas today just to help push myself through to that last bit, and I'm here this evening and feeling great and absolutely feel that Nicholas is part of my good fortune, and it's an absolute privilege to meet him, and I wish him and send him many blessings on his journey. Thank you.
Namaste. So when I met Nicholas, it was really very beautiful, because I could see the being in him as so profound. So I had a healing session with him, and I could just see a grace, his own grace, his consciousness is working through, and it's so pure. And I felt really honored that I had the privilege to meet this being. And it was really, I can't explain it, but it's beautiful. I can only say one word. Thank you so much.
I am incredibly inspired by Nicholas. I have heard him talking already yesterday. I have had a healing with him last time he was here in Stroud. And I am extremely inspired. He has helped me enormously. And seems to see through and past what is past, and I'm expecting another exciting healing tomorrow. Okay?
This is somebody whose heart is completely connected to the divine, and I can say that because of the strength that Nicholas has. He's completely aligned, he's completely attuned. I was absolutely astonished by the accuracy of what he brought forward within the first 5 minutes. He was completely on the case with me, and a very, very safe pair of hands in all senses. The warmth really radiating from him. We went straight to the particular meridians, the acupressure points, and I was relieved of pain in my back within seconds, as well as other kinds of accumulated blocks and tensions. And then the healing itself, the spiritual healing, was really something else, really extraordinary. And I know he is an old-style shamanic healer who, with great generosity of heart, really does take people's pain and discomfort into himself and then shakes it out. And that's the real thing. That's the real deal.